This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Welcome back to another episode of the Icon podcast. Today's icon is Lindsay Stevens, and we are going to learn all about her from the beginning all the way up to iconing and kind of what you do in your free time and so much more, whatever you're willing to share with us. Lindsay, welcome on.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Of course. You've earned your spot on here. We'd love to get to know a little bit more about you. Would you mind kind of diving into, what market you're in, how you got into real estate, and
Totally.
Where did it all start?
Yeah, so my name is Lindsay Stevens. I'm a team leader in upstate New York in the Hudson Valley area, about 90 miles north of New York City. We run a team of 28 amazing agents. And so that's the market we're in, the Hudson Valley. We live in a small town called New Paltz, New York. The total population is about 7,000 people, so super small little mountain town. And I got licensed in 2009. I was working in New York City at the time at Morgan Stanley, which is obviously a financial institution when the financial market collapsed. So it was the year that I watched hundreds and hundreds of employees be escorted out the building. My husband was a real estate broker at the time, and I was pregnant with my first daughter, Maya. Quit my job in New York, which, had my health insurance and benefits and salary. And looking back, it was not a smart thing to do, or maybe it was. It led me here. But that's how I ultimately made the jump into real estate. I got licensed to work alongside him and kind of just raised my kids for the first couple years of my career because the market was very stagnant. There's very little happening, especially where we are in a small mountain town, nothing happening. So built a business while raising my kids in this office building we're in now. And when the market started to shift, we were established. We had sort of made a reputation for ourselves. People knew who we were, and we started climbing the ladder.
I love that. That's great. What a good story, taking the risk and putting yourself out there even when there was nothing, and now you're an icon agent. So that worked out good for you. That's great. So did you originally start with EXP, or if you didn't, what drew you to EXP? Because making a jump like that is not easy.
Yeah, so we were actually independent. We were independent from, my husband was licensed, he was a broker since 2003. So from 2003 until 2020, we were independent. I was involved in the business from 2009 to 2020. So we were independently owned and operated, small boutique company. We were going to live and die as a boutique agency. And that's who we were. And we would never, ever be anything other than that until we were being scouted by a lot of the other franchises, wanting to absorb us or buy us out or get rid of us. They wanted us out. Yeah. So it was not an option until we really started having some conversations with some larger, names and labels. And we're really close to doing a partnership with another brand. And I woke up very soon. It was probably maybe a couple days from signing a contract. And I was like, it's not the right thing to do. It's not the right thing to do. I don't feel it. It's in my blood is telling me this isn't the direction we should go in. It's not the right thing to do. And from there got me, because my head now is in this space of bigger, stronger, we can go further, if we give our agents more opportunity. I started doing some research and then stumbled upon obviously EXP. And it was I I felt like for us, not even for us, for our team and for the agents and opportunity and where the industry is going, it was a move we had to, it was like we had to pivot. So 2020.
Absolutely.
So what started in March of 2020, like in COVID, and it took us until November of 2020 to make the move. Kyle Whistle's our sponsor. He's amazing, super patient. He's like, are you ever coming? Yeah, we are. Eventually we'll be there, but 2020, we did it, pulled the plug, and here we are.
That's awesome. So, you came to EXP because it seems like all other options weren't the better option, and EXP had that structure, that just everything that EXP has to offer, it was enticing at the moment. So is that why you're still there, or what keeps you with EXP? Because I know they've got, revenue share, stock options, collaboration. So what about EXP really have you fallen in love with that makes you stay?
Yeah. So for us, it really wasn't about the rev share or the stock or the splits. Obviously, it's all amazing, right? 80-20 split, $16,000 cap. For us, it really truly was the proximity to people. Proximity is power, right? They say that, and it's so true. If you can be connected to people that can help you scale at such a faster rate than you could ever do alone, that is the most valuable component. And I think it's something you have to experience to fully understand it. And everybody told me that, like we hear it all the time at EXP, right? Collaboration over competition, collaboration. And until you're in the ecosystem and truly understand what that means, it is collaboration at scale. So the first year from 2020 to 2021, we doubled our production. And we did that because we leaned into people like Justin Nelson and Kyle Whistle and Dan Beer and these amazing agents who have built these enormous organizations that are like, listen, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. This is who you need to hire. And they allowed us to scale our business by basically giving us everything that they've done to do the same. So we call it R&D, just rip off and duplicate. We're just going to copy what you've done. We know it works. Just tell me what to do. I'm a good listener, and I'll make it happen. So that's what we did.
Says rip off and duplicate. That's funny, but that's
we're gonna R&D that. Like, just tell us what to do. I always say, like, just put me in, coach. Just tell me where to go. Tell me how to do it. I'll execute.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is being independent is figuring out. Oh, don't worry. Figuring out how to do it. And in order to figure out how to do it, you often have to pay a lot of money and spend years in coaching programs and learn. But this is more like, here it is. Does anybody have a 90-day new agent document? Here it is. Anybody have a job description? Here it is. So yeah,
the resources are there. They're eager to get them to you. It's awesome.
Yeah. And it wasn't just about that. It was a collaboration for our agents also, who are an amazing part of, who we are. Like, we have an incredible team of agents, and we wanted them to have the same opportunities that we have, right? Like, as a broker owner, you're the person who benefits, not always the most, but they don't have the same opportunities. And this has allowed them to build wealth through stock option, earn revenue share for recruiting organically, and just gives them opportunities that they would never have had otherwise. So that was important to us also.
Right. And that's cool to see, like, you're looking out for your team, you're looking out for your mentors, your mentees, those you're coaching. I mean, EXP as a whole, it's cool how they feed into the people that feed into them, right?
Yeah.
So moving on, you are an icon agent, which means you have high production, which means that you're a hard worker, which means you have to have some kind of secret to a work-life balance. How do you keep from, running into emotional distress or, burning yourself out?
I love that. I always get the work-life balance question because I have 2 young daughters. So I'm like, there really is no, I appreciate and love the idea of work-life balance. And I've worked really hard over the last 12 years to figure out like what that is. But I think that there is no perfect balance, right? Like something will always not suffer, but there will always be something that's a little bit off kilter. I'm an avid outdoor enthusiast. I'm a runner. I love to be outside. So for me, that's like where I recharge my battery and where I have conversations that I need to have with myself, and my creative like ideas come from my time with myself. So that's the balance for me, is like I have to be moving my body.
Mhm.
And I also have worked the 7-day weeks, 18-hour days. Like I can't pretend that I haven't. You know, I spent a large part of my career as a real estate agent working every day. So, but I do think if I could go backwards and talk to myself, I would set those healthy boundaries. I would establish a better work-life balance. You need to keep yourself mentally stable and your mindset in a good space. So I think doing anything that makes you happy is something you need to be doing.
Right. You owe that to yourself, because investing in yourself is also investing into your clients.
Yeah. And you can't be good. You can't be your best if you're not your best personally. So, in order to be your best professionally, you really have to like work on the things that need to be worked on within yourself. So, whatever that may be, you know, we do a ton of personal development in our office. And, you know, when we started, mostly the men were like, what is the purpose of this, you know? But it's really like just getting rid of the baggage and the limiting beliefs and the toxic from our childhood and all of these things that follow us into our future. So to be your best professionally, I think you need to be, you know, you got to try and be your best personally.
And you're absolutely right. And, you know, that shows in your work life how, you know, investing in yourself has paid off and come to fruition. So you're an Icon Award winner. You're on the Icon podcast. Would you, in your own words, kind of describe what the Icon Award is, the production that you had to do to get to that point, and maybe the benefits that it's brought to you?
Yeah, I mean, so for somebody else, actually, someone at EXP asked me, like, what does it mean to be an Icon agent? So for me, I always am wanting to help people grow and learn and give them the same information that was given to me to help me grow. So the most beneficial, or I guess fulfilling part of being an icon has been the ability to share my ideas, what's worked, what hasn't. I signed up to facilitate and sit on 10 panels. That's what I wanted to do to give back to the agents. And I always tell them, like, you can call me or find me on Instagram, reach out to me anytime. I'll do my best to give to you, because that's my duty, I feel like, as an icon agent. Our production will probably do, so the team, obviously I'm the team leader. We are aiming to do about 180 million in revenue this year. So that's our goal, sell 416 houses.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the production.
Okay, that's sweet. Those are some big goals to shoot for, but you know, when you set it out weekly and how to get to that goal, it becomes attainable with the coaches and the accountability that EXP offers. So for EXP agents that maybe are new to an EXP team or new to the real estate industry in general, should they strive to become an icon, or is that something maybe later in their career, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, they should 100% strive to be an icon. I mean, it's the goal, right? It's the goal at EXP is to become an icon. Obviously, you'll get back what you've given, which would be in exchange for your $16,000 cap. You'll get incentives back, right? You'll get your $16,000 back in stock awards, and you'll be able to give, right? In order to get, you need to give. So you'll be able to give back to the community the way that you've received information. And yes, you should join EXP, and your single most important goal should be the icon. And it's very attainable. And I think where people go wrong is just like not plugging in, because there's so much training and so much information and so much access to people that will help you get there, but you got to plug in.
Right. And take advantage of those resources that are offered to you. Because, I mean, nobody's going to make you. Nobody's going to make you go to coaching meetings. Nobody's going to make you better yourself.
No.
Why?
And it's a business where you get out of it what you put into it. So I think the cost of entry is very low. It's not difficult to get a real estate license. I think the level of professionalism is quite low. So to be that, to be different, you don't have to be better. You just have to be different. Like, go to as much as you possibly can and learn as much as you possibly can.
Absolutely. So, you started as a boutique broker and you were like, we're going to live and die this. Nobody's ever going to get us to jump board. Like, you guys are crazy. So you were skeptical at one point, and then EXP presented itself to you and you finally leaned in. So what was it about, not even necessarily, so like for those who are skeptical of EXP and they're being, very standoffish, they don't want to hear us out, they don't even want to give us the time of day because they think it's a pyramid scheme. What do you have to say to those types of people?
They're all pyramid schemes, right? Any business is a pyramid. So there's one person at the top, no matter who the franchise is, whoever's the owner is the top of the pyramid scheme. The only difference here is that you're in it. Like, they've given you a spot in the pyramid, whereas most times agents, you're a number within maybe hundreds of other agents within the office, and there's no benefit to you financially at all, other than your commission, which January 1st, it resets. If you're not grinding and hustling and selling, you're not making money. So they've allowed the agent an opportunity to benefit financially within this, this structure. And they have the same benefits than anyone else does. Brokerage, team leader, owner, you really can, there's unlimited financial potential in this ecosystem.
Right. No, absolutely. And to give it a shot, I mean, what do you have to lose? You shouldn't be burning bridges anyway.
I terminated my own license with my own company, and not to say it wasn't hard and I didn't freak out and not eat for like a week, but ultimately I did it. And as soon as I did it, I'm like, I'm free. There's no looking back. We're going to make it work. We're going to hustle. We're going to build our team up. We doubled our agent count. It gives them opportunity, really, it gives them opportunity.
I love that. Well, Lindsay, I'm out of questions for you, but is there anything else you'd like to talk about or touch on?
No, I'm here. If I can ever help, people can find me. I'm Lindsay Eileen Stevens on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm always trying to give back. So however I can help anybody, I'd be happy to do so.
And that's if you're in the EXP community or not, reach out. You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. And I give no matter what brand, what flag you fly, it makes no difference to me. We're a community of collaboration, and agents I always told agents, even when I was independent, I'm like, if we're not working together, we're not making money. So it's always the goal, work together, make each other better, raise the bar in the industry, and just do good for people.
So well said, Lindsay. Thank you so much for joining us on the Icon podcast. We're going to be doing some spin-off episodes here in the near future, so I'm sure we will be chatting again soon.
Cool. I look forward to it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Of course. Thanks, Lindsay.